Welcome in Pesky Pole YouTube channel. We've got some ASG golf today, and I wanted to kind of show you a few things on here and also show you a project I'm going to start as well. But first off, um, the great Ron Juckett is the one that kind of got me hooked on this game, and it's a great game. You've seen it on my channel. A lot of you have liked the videos of me playing these majors, the Masters and the PGA Championship and everything. Um, the bad thing about this game is it's expensive. The seasons, the golfers, the courses, it can be kind of pricey. But I mean, it's one of those things that if you enjoy it, you rationalize the price and say, listen, that's worth it because how much I play it. Um, with anything. So there's different ways to play this game. So I have bought seasons. Okay, so let's just go right here. Start tour. In the drop down, select a tour, all the seasons I have. All right, so like we'll go 1960, 82 season. Okay, and this is the whole 82 season right here. And it's got the actual fields, pretty much the actual fields. I mean, you might find in some of the majors in which you have like an amateur, um, that didn't play anything else. They might not be in there. I think I found that once. I was doing a research project on the 82 British Open, and I think there's some guy that had a good first round that he wasn't anywhere on the thing. But so here's all the things you can play these. You can um you can play them quickly. The AP means autoplay. You can go in and edit them. Okay, everything on there. Um, this is the Heritage Classic. Okay, Harbor Town. I don't own the so you can do a quick play around right here at the QP round. Um, I don't own the Harbor Town right now, which I should. I've been meaning to buy it, and I probably will because I've played the actual course like 9 million times. I should probably own the course. But so anyway, the cool thing about this though, so say I go into here and I want to play with Tom Watson. I click on play. If I want to watch him, I click on watch. Okay, um, and so forth. And play means that you're going to caddy for him. Okay, this game is a dice game to the computer, and that you're not trying to click swings and let me get the 3 clicks in on time. It's based on the player's ability, and as a caddy, you tell him what club to hit. Now you could screw it up, trust me. You could make Tom Watson look bad if you don't, And so sometimes you just want to watch them. But in terms of what you want to do, if you want to go ahead and lag putt, if you want to go ahead and putt aggressively, that's on you as a caddy. You can decide that. If you want to hit a left or right shot, you want to aim a certain. So you're telling them where to aim and what club to hit. I want you to, you aim the target area, and the dice take care of the rest based on the guy's ability. Okay. So in this situation, though, I don't own um, Harbor Town. Okay. So let me go pick code real quick. What group is Tom playing in? Let's play someone from the first group real quick. Who's in the first group? I can also do this right here too. I can go to the actual group. Okay, group one, and do playing or watching. So I watched the whole group. So let's do that real quick. I want to show you something real quick, and then I'm going to get out of it. I don't own the course, okay? But when I bought the season, I get all the quick play courses with them. So I have the quick play version of the course with the season. And so when I tee off, all right, that kind of gives you what they're doing real quick, okay? So going back, I'm watching, okay? Let's go playing. That was just watching. She saw that watching. Let's go playing. Now, playing means I get to actually roll the actual dice. the digital dice. Okay, so Gil Morgan's up. I love that it kind of gives you what the stroke, and obviously it's the first group off in the tournament, so the stroke averages are all going to be, what they are. All right, and so I give a swing here for Gil Morgan. He makes a par five. Okay, he's one under par for the tournament. Um, Next golfer, I got Paul Azinger, makes a birdie. All right. Next golfer, Peter Oosterhouse, makes a par. Okay. So that's like what happened. It's a pretty cool way to play. I mean, a lot of you play, the was a player of the game golf, which is pretty cool. Which is where you're rolling dice for scores on holes, kind of a similar type of thing. You can do it digitally, and it keeps all the stuff for you. And going to go through that way. And of course, you've seen my videos. When you have the course, you actually play the course in caddy form. So I want to show you that. All right. So let's say now, so you can play the seasons out. Okay, I got all these seasons you can play out. The Masters, the whole deal. That's my '95 season. I played the Masters. Nick Faldo won that. Um, Forgot I played that. Cause see, so you can play those things there. All right. So say for example though, you kind of wanna have and this is kind of my idea. But I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, and course creation real quick. Course creation is these are all the courses that I own. Okay. And so of these courses, I can build my own course. In other words, I can go ahead and do, you know what, I wanna add number one from Carnoustie. I wanna add um, number six from Oak Hill. And I can swap these around and build my own course, and that's my course I built. And you can name the course whatever it is. That's pretty cool. You can create a random course right there. So that's the random course. You got a lot of Oak Hill on there, um, and so forth. So that's kind of doing that stuff. So if I want to create a tour, so this is what I'm doing right now. So tour creation, you can kind of mix up how you want to do this. Okay, so I'm going to label this PGA Tour, and you can mess around with this auto prize fund, auto cut, playoff points toward championship. Kind of what do you want to do? I'll do modern just to keep it in this here, and I click create. Then I go to start tour, and you should see PGA Tour now on the list with my seasons, and there it is. Boom. Now I got nothing going on here, so in order to kind of start things off, you gotta create a tournament. So I'm gonna do a stroke play tournament, and I'm gonna do um, the Hawaiian Open to start things off. And what I'm gonna do actually is make it number one, the Hawaiian Open. And the reason why I'm doing number one is because I'm gonna create a new history or an alternative history, and we're going to keep this PGA Tour. We're going to go through the season. So number one means it's the first season, and I may only have like the majors and maybe four other big tournaments. Right? I'm gonna have 8 tournaments a year. All right. And so I'm going to go ahead and do the Hawaiian Open. Now I don't own any of the Hawaiian Open courses. That's fine. They play at. I have the quick play of Waialae. All right, we're doing Waialae. All right, we're doing that right there. It's not a major. Okay. So now I need golfers. So over here are all my golfer files I have. I have the seasons I showed you. I also have the 40s and 50s golfer set. I spent some money on this game, by the way. The 50s and 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, 2000s, 2010s, and then individual seasons here. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to the early years first. Here's all the golfers on the early years. Now, listen, this is a personal preference. Don't get mad at me, whatever it is. I don't really like having a lot of the early golfers in my little universe. Okay. I don't want old Tom Morris. I don't want young Tom Morris. Okay. I just don't. Okay. So I'm going to pick out a few guys I want from here that are kind of the important, the guys I want. And this is personal preference who I want my things. I want Walter Hagen. Okay. I'm putting him in there. Um, and then kind of going through, I know I want Bobby Jones. I know I want Gene Sarazen. I want Francis Ouimet. I mean, if you know the story about Francis Ouimet, that's a good story there. Um, I want Gene Sarazen. Where is he? Like that. Okay. So I got three. Now, the 40s and 50s, I want them all in there. Okay. So they're all in there now. That's the 40s and 50s guys to start things off. So at this point, none of them in the tournament now. I can click on them to add them to the tournament. I got one in the tournament now. I click back off zero. Here's what we can do. You can do go select. Okay, so right now I've got 76 golfers kind of in this whole thing. Okay, so I want more than that to start my tour off. I'm going to add the 50s and 60s. Add all them. Okay, so now we're up to 148, which is fine because you cannot have more than 156 in the tournament. All right. And so now I can just simply say 156 or 148, um, you know, random by quality. Doesn't matter because all 40 will get picked. Boom. And they're all in the tournament. Now, how this works is, okay, and then I can kind of come back here. I click save. Okay. Saving. And I can add more tournaments. I can add the next one. I can do the Masters, the whole thing. Okay. And category A means it's an important tournament, not a major. Category A is like what that is. So forth. So the cool thing is, like the Masters, for example, the Masters usually only has a 90-person field. Okay. So what you can do with that, once you play tournaments, it's got 148 people. So I get to the Masters now. I only want 90 guys in my tournament, the Masters. And so what I can do, let me just clear these guys off here. Okay. If I wanted to, I can say, you can go up here and say, I want 90, okay, of the top of the money list. And you click OK, and it will pull the money list you have, the tournaments you played so far, and the top 90 go from that. Um, the other thing you can do too is maybe you do, all right, so anyway, so my plan is this. My big picture plan. I'm gonna play. Uh, I'm gonna play. Maybe 7 tournaments, and then I'll flick it back over to number two of the Hawaiian Opens. Number two Hawaiian Open might be down here. Okay, it might be all the way down at the bottom here. I'm gonna keep this a running thing. I might do 20 seasons, whatever it is, but it's all on this one PGA Tour, and I'm gonna add more golfers from more eras. Okay, well, now if I add more golfers from more eras, okay, if I come up here and now I'm going to go ahead and next and I'm going to add golfers from the 70s, like Jack comes in, okay, and so I add all them and I go for the tournament, okay, I'm going to have that my list of golfers who have done a good job. So what I might do, okay, is say I've got 148 entries in here. Let me just do this real quick. I'm gonna erase it. So I'm gonna add all the 70 guys right now. Okay. So now all the 70 guys are in here. So I'm not going to clear the current guys, but say I want to add um, 156 to this tournament now, because now I've got more guys. I want 156. I'm not going to clear the guys I have at 148, but I'm going to go random. 8 guys from the 70s can now enter. Boom. Okay, and now down here, I got 156. You see, they added 7 random guys from the 70s. These guys are not, Ray Floyd didn't get in. Okay. Um, but the cool thing is that when I do this, I can also kind of go and do it more like this. I can kind of clear this stuff here. I don't have any tournaments played, so it's kind of hard to do this, but I can sit there and say, um, give me um, the top 40 in money list. Okay, and obviously a top 40 from the season one, I played 8 tournaments, will be automatically qualified in the new season. And then I can say, okay, now I want to add, I'm not going to clear it. I want 156 for this tournament, and now give me some guys by quality. Boom. Okay. And so then you do it that way. Then the next tournament, same idea. You can go top 40 money list and then the rest by quality. And eventually, by happenstance, okay, guys like Nicholas will get into a tournament eventually, okay, because you're thinking they're rookies, even though their talent wise is not rookie wise. Guys don't age, and then they get in. If they play well, they get in that top 40 money list, and then they kind of start their career. So they might not play in every tournament. They might not be able to qualify for every major, and do it that way. And then you kind of build your history that way. And then for season three, you might add the 80s come in. Same thing. Season four, you add the 90s come in. Okay. Season five is the 2000s come in. Six, the 2010s come in. Season six, you might add like the 22 season, you might add um, those guys. The other thing too is say if I have Rory McIlroy from the 2000s in my universe, and I add everyone from 2022. I mean, Roy is in that game as well. Now he's not as good as a 2010 Rory McIlroy. It will not add the new Roy. Only one Rory McIlroy will be added, even though they're different cards. Only one will be added. That's pretty cool doing that ways too. But this is a way to kind of, and you can do anything you want to. This is kind of what I'm going to do, but you can do anything you want to. You can play with just the 50s and 60s all your life. You can play with the 80s and the 50s, 1980s players, whatever it is. You have to buy these golf sets, obviously. But it's just a kind of a cool way, kind of a good plan, a plan I'm going to have to do so I can kind of go through the history of golf a little bit and kind of each year you add the next wave of golfers and then see what happens and see who wins all the majors and see who's up there, and so forth doing that. So it's a little bit of randomness, but once you kind of get your shot in a tournament, if you play well and getting that whatever that top of the money list, whatever parameter you want to use for top 50, top 60, whatever it is, top 20, okay, that you're exempt, just like they have it in real golf. And there's certain things you get exempt for certain tournaments. If you play well, you're exempt for these tournaments, okay? Or you keep your core card if you're the top 125. That same idea. And so you can kind of go from season to season. And if a guy does not play well, like in this first season here that I'm doing with these 40s and 50s and 50s and 60s guys, if Arnold Palmer does not play well, he should, and doesn't finish up near the top 50 or 60, he might not be exempt. He might have to get a special random quality add to a tournament in order to play in it now. So that's kind of what I'm going to do. That's kind of my plan. So there's all kinds of ways you can play this game. Cool ways to play this game. You can play exhibition skins games and exhibition challenges. You can do team competitions, team play, Ryder Cup play. You can do match play, round robin, um, team event, the whole thing. So there's all kinds of cool things you can do in the game. It isn't cheap. They don't have really sales much at all. Okay, but they have great customer service. Number one, great customer service, and it's a great product. So right now we're in golf season. We're in golf mode, and it's really cool. It is really cool. So that's it for now. So thanks guys for watching. I just bought actually the LPGA set, the All Time Ladies too. And I'm gonna do a little U.S. Open this week with them, and have some fun with that. So thanks for watching again, guys. Have a great day. Bye.